This is the best Xandria album. We knew exactly where to go. There's not a song I regret doing.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. I'm Carlos in New York City, and with me is Ambre Vourvahis from Xandria. Hi, Ambre.
Hi.
Welcome back to Metal Remains, and thank you for making time for us. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Happy to have an opportunity to talk to you again about the new album. So let's get started. But before we dive into the new album, I like to start this chat by asking, what have you been listening to lately, either for inspiration or just for enjoyment?
Yeah, that's a question I like. I've been kind of nonstop listening to The Pineapple Thief. It's a prog band, one of my favorite bands. And at the moment, as was a lot of traveling, this is the thing I listen when I travel. And then I also listen at home all the time. For quite some years now, I always go back to it. And they never leave my life really. And also someone I've been listening for like a year also on repeat is Skinhead. She's like a serial killer themed, it's metal, but like with a lot of different influences. And now she's finally like starting to appear in the metal scene on Gothic Festival. And amazing, really, like the lyrics, the music, the atmosphere.
Oh, awesome. Something to check out. I definitely will check them both. Thank you for sharing that. Eclipse is the title of the new album with the release date of August 7, 2026. Thanks to Napalm Records sending us the promo, we have the chance to listen to it ahead of time. And saying that it's a great album will be a massive understatement. Your opinion is important in this regard. And now that the album is ready for the world to hear, how satisfied are you with the final result?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm really happy about it. I know it's strange because probably every band says that about their new album, but I really thought about it and I've been in the process, so I kind of know what we did. And I can say, I think for me, this is the best Xandria album. The one that's still awaiting was for me also really great because we had a lot of time. But it was a little bit more experimenting because we had a lot of time and because I was new, I wanted to put some different flavors, bring some part of me. And sometimes, it ended up being a little bit experimenting with the sound a little bit too much. And this new album is a little bit more on point. We knew exactly where to go, so I have a really good feeling about it as a whole thing. I think there's not a song I really regret doing or anything like this. And I don't think in the future I will think like that also.
Awesome. Great. And we definitely agree with you. It's a great album. And with the current lineup and dynamics in this era of the band, do you think Xandria has reached the sweet spot?
That's a very good way to say it. I think with this album, this is. I think so. Yeah, I think so. We always love to experiment and bring a lot of influence while keeping, the typical sound of the band, of course, but with adding a lot of different influences. But I think with this album, this is the way to go for the future. So keeping the diversity, always exploring new things. On this album, we did things that the band never did before. There are some flavors that the band never had before. So we will always explore a little bit. But I think this is the sweet spot. The one that's still awaiting was also defining where we wanted to go. Mm-hmm. But as a whole album, it was not... for me, it was not as a whole picture exactly on the same level, everything. While on the Eclipse album, I think all the songs are a little bit more on the same level. Not that they sound like the same, but the sweet spot, like you say. I think all of it as a whole picture makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I love that album too. Wonder Still Waiting. I think it's an amazing album, and
Thank
I
you.
think the direction the band is going is the right direction. Let's put it
Thank
that
you.
way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, meeting and greeting fans is part of the charm of being an artist. And after all these years of meeting diehard fans around the world, what's the most memorable or unexpected fan encounter you have experienced?
Oh, I don't know if I could remember something that specific, like at the top of my mind. I do like seeing the same people. You know, you build a kind of a community and you have a kind of a bond with them. So you meet them again and again. And I like to see them in the audience. It's a really good feeling of like each time I'm like, oh, you know, it's a
Hmm.
really good feeling. And you start feeling very comfortable. You start feeling like a family. So, and I love especially that a lot of them travel. So you don't know where you're going to meet. I meet some fans from Europe in the US sometimes, and it's always a nice surprise. And I always love to meet the people that were always there when we came back to the US. I love the US. I love touring there. I love the fans there are really relaxed and open minded. We can talk about a lot of different bands, and I always love going back there. And then I always recognize the people being there. You know, like we've been like every year. So for the fourth time, I see the people that I recognize, and that is a feeling that nothing else can really compare to. And I'm so grateful for them because they don't have to, you know, each like every year, but they do. And I see them and they are there supporting, and that means everything. Without them, we will not be doing this.
Right,
So,
right. And I think in this part of the world, when an European band makes it here, we have a better understanding how hard it is right now for bands to cross the ocean and put a show here, a tour. So I think that's a part of the appreciation and the effort the band is doing to expose themselves to the rest of the world.
yeah, yeah.
And I like to talk a little bit about the album artwork.
Mhm.
It's golden, and it shows an eclipsed sun, a bit of prey, the dragon is there, and other elements. Can you explain the concept behind the album cover?
Yeah, we were inspired by actually a movie poster from the Hunger Game. It was not like a main poster, it was a little bit of a special edition or something. And we kept it like we saw it, you know, like I don't know, a year ago, more than a year ago. We kept it at the back of our mind thinking, we really love the golden theme on this and the organic, the real flowers, and there is that duality, so between evil and good. And as we started to think about the songs and start developing the process of writing, the song started to feel very much like this. So somehow it totally fitted the vibe of the album. So we actually found the person who did that Hunger Game poster,
Mm.
Marie Cox, and she did our poster. So that was amazing
Wow.
because it was exactly what we wanted in the end. You know, it's not a copy, but it's very close. But that was the style, and she completely captured the essence of what we wanted without us having to go back and forth. The first edition that she sent us, we were like, "Yep, this is exactly that." Then we added details about things that you can find in the lyrics, the topics we address. So if you really look close, you have some science elements. You have, and in the dark side, you have, you know, guns and everything. All that we address, like the political topics. So we wanted those precise elements. We told her, and she completely understood the structure, the balance, everything. She has such a good feeling and good eye. So the process this time was the easiest.
That's great. And it's very interesting that you were able to find this person and
Yeah.
it was available
Yeah, because she does
and ready to
Hollywood
take
movie posters.
the,
Yeah,
the work.
yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's great. That's great. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that.
of course.
Um, I think now it's a good time to play a little game. The rules are very simple. I'm going to explain them to you right now. And it's basically just matching these Xandria song titles I'm going to tell you from the new album to each band member based on the name alone and explain why. I have four songs: Eclipse, Colors, North Star, and Masquerade.
Okay, good. Okay, so what do we start with? Eclipse?
Okay, sure.
Maybe Taki, because he's very energetic, motivated. You know, the song has a certain intensity. Not that he's intense; he's actually very calm and yeah, very diplomatic and soft. But at the same time, there is that motivation and intensity of like, let's go for it. You know, when we have an opportunity. He just came back from Greece now. We were on German national TV for a show, and he was on holiday, and it was kind of a last minute thing. So he had to come back from his holiday with his family for 2 days, and then fly back for one
Wow.
week more before we have a festival. So he's always like, "No, we do it. You know, he will make it happen." So I think this is the right song for him.
Okay, great.
Or drama, by
Awesome.
the way. I said his name,
Yeah.
but this is our drama. Yeah. Colors, I think it will be me.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of different facets and like it's maybe the most diverse song in terms of parts to it. So there is that really, you know, dramatic operatic part, which being a Greek, you have that little passion in you, not in a negative way. You know, I'm passionate about everything, whether it's negative or positive. I'm always, you know, a little bit, you know, expressing without any shame what I like and what I don't like also. So yeah, I think that's the right song. There is that poppiness to it, which I love. I'm a big pop fan. My voice also fits quite well on this type of music. And there's the metal appeal to it with the super, that's the lowest guitar Xandria ever had. We have to change guitar for this. And this is
Wow.
very heavy. And at the same time, I really love pop and prog rock and prog pop. But I love also like black metal, Dimmu Borgir and all of this. So I think this is the right song for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Masquerade could, yeah, maybe that fits. Maybe that also fits Rob because it's a little bit power metal, and he's a little bit savage on stage. He's like a little bit more extrovert on stage. So yeah, that also could definitely fit like him. It's a fast song, and yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Thank you for sharing that. Amber, has been a pleasure talking with you today. And to wrap up this chat, can you share with us one of your favorite backstage stories?
Oh, that is a tough question. There's so many because I love touring so much. So we always have fun. And usually it's with the other bands that we are on tour with. But like even just with my band, we have so much fun laughing. So I could not tell you one moment right now. Otherwise it would take me 10 minutes to think about it. But just the fact that we always laugh, like we are probably the loudest in that sense that you could hear us, the other backstage laughing all the time very loudly because we just have a very good a chemistry regarding that, and the humor is in my band is really really good, so we really have fun together.
Awesome. That's great to hear because that chemistry makes a really great environment for you
Yeah, it
guys to
does.
perform and to create music. So that's the best.
Completely. It is so important. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. And thank you for your time. And
Of
if you enjoyed
course.
this interview, please like it and share it with your friends. Support Xandria by buying and streaming their music. Go see them live when they come to a city near you. See you next time. But until then, stay metal. Yeah.